Podcast editing takes forever, so I wanted to see if I could build an AI to do 90% of the work for me. As an editor, there's tons of repetitive work you've got to do. Maybe it's an evening or a weekend and you're switching camera angles instead of spending time with loved ones, or even just doing creative work. To solve that, my dream was a mega tool where you could just drop your footage in, it would get synced for you, and then all the basic audio and video work would get done. Then you could come in and add spice on top with pictures, video, and text to actually engage the audience. And as you were working on that, you could do it for both the main video and the clips. And then you could just publish the video with a single click or drop into your video editor for final tweaks. It'd be like a construction machine where you're doing the creative work, but you just have a ton more leverage and knock out 7, 8, or 10 hours of work in 1 or 2 hours, saving you all that time. To make this, I wanted to start with the simplest possible version so we could actually get something out and get a foothold. So I coded a tool to automatically cut between different camera angles. It's a standalone app, but piggybacks off of the video editor. You prep the footage inside of Vinci, then import it into the tool using the XML format. The tool then cuts an hour of footage in 3 to 5 minutes, which is one of the more time-consuming parts of podcast editing. Now, this is a cool demo, but not really useful to anyone. First, it's actually deleting the other camera clips, which makes fixing issues really difficult. And then using the tool had a big learning curve, so we weren't off to a good start. Since the tool is hard to use, I figured it had to save much more time than other tools which are built into the video editors. So first we made Podmate disable the clips instead of deleting them, making fixes possible with a single click. But the bigger problem was that Podmate was giving the exact same edit to everyone. So if you wanted more wide cam or split cam shots, out of luck. If you wanted it to cut more often to interruptions, too bad. So I added dials in which you can use to control these. For 2 camera edits, you can control how often it cuts to interruptions. For podcasts with a wide shot, you can control how often the wide shot gets cut to. This is great because you can get the exact kind of edit you want, which saves you a ton of time fixing issues. But that's when things went bad, because our biggest competitor launched on DaVinci Resolve, the platform I was hoping Podmate could get a foothold on, so we could then begin working towards this mega tool. The competitor is better known and shares a lot of the same functionality, which is a terrible situation for me. To make that future vision of a mega tool happen, I knew Podmate needed to be different starting now. Both tools were cutting the different camera angles, and that's when it hit me. Podmate could cut the audio in the same way. A lot of podcasts not recorded in a professional studio have tons of mic overlap, which can take a lot of effort to clean up. To help solve that, we added 2 new modes. One where everyone off camera would get automatically muted, and the other is a softer mode where if you're off camera, you're muted unless you're clearly saying something. This feature isn't for everyone, but for those with a lot of mic overlap, it can save a ton of time cutting that out. Both podcasters and pro editors are using the tool now and pretty happy with the time they're saving. And we've made a ton of progress on this mega tool, but there's still a long road ahead. If you'd like to try out this tool for free, go to podmate.io. And if you mention this video, you'll get 15% off. Thanks for watching.